What's going on, fam? It's entertainer, motivator, educator, Lucky Murray back with a brand new series. Once a week, we're going to go and we're going to look at two Gamecocks and we're going to battle them out to see who was the better Gamecock during their career. It's not going to be up to me. I'm not going to decide it. I'm going to let you help me decide this. There's going to be a poll in the community tab. Please take that poll. Comment in the comment section below. Let me know which one is going to win. Today, we're going to talk about Jake Bentley and Stephan Garcia, two of the Titans when it comes to Gamecock football. But in the meantime, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Also, go to the Patreon if you want to see these early. Let's begin, shall we? Stephan Garcia versus Jake Bentley. The battle took place between the two former South Carolina quarterbacks whose careers at the university were cut short, with Stephan Garcia because of a behavior issue and with Jake Bentley because of injury. Here on Gamecock Battle, let's talk about the two quarterbacks and the impact they had on the University of South Carolina. Stephan Garcia, a name that most diehard Gamecock fans would just shake their heads because of how talented Stephan was, and the 4-star 8th overall player out of the state of Florida with off-the-field issues that were legendary. Everyone knows a famous story on how reckless the quarterback was during his college career at USC. A known person who would often get into trouble in 5 points and on campus, but showed a lot of promise during his career at South Carolina. His breakout season was his junior year when he led the South Carolina Gamecocks to his first ever SEC East title, going 9-5, 5-3 in the SEC, winning against Georgia, Florida, and Tennessee in the same year and defeating the number 1 team, Alabama, that year. Eventually losing to the Cam Newton-led Auburn Tigers 56-17 and losing in the Chick-fil-A Bowl against Florida State. That year, Stephan had 3,509 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions, with 222 yards and 6 touchdowns on the ground. After getting into some trouble and being reinstated in the fall camp due to some team rule violations, Stephan was let go from the program 5 games into his senior season, and Connor Shaw took over, and you can say the rest is history. In Garcia's career, he had 7,597 yards and 47 touchdowns, with his sophomore and junior year being the most productive. If Stephan would have kept out of trouble, you could argue that Stephan Garcia as one of the greatest Gamecock quarterbacks of all time. Jake Bentley, a 4-star quarterback who was the son of the famous Burns High School head coach Bobby Bentley, and during his junior year in high school, Bobby Bentley got a job at Auburn, and the Bentley family moved from South Carolina to Alabama. Once his dad got a running backs coaching job at South Carolina, Jake reclassified after his junior year to commit to play for the Gamecocks. Jake's best year came in his sophomore year for the Gamecocks when Bentley started every game for the Gamecocks, leading the team to a 9-4 record with a come-from-behind win over Michigan at the Outback Bowl. Jake helped defeat a national-ranked Tennessee team his freshman year and broke the South Carolina single-game passing record with 510 yards in a 56-35 loss to the Clemson Tigers his junior year. Doubts about Bentley started during his junior year about Jake regressing and not being the answer for the Gamecocks after the Gamecocks went 7-6 after a promising sophomore year the year before. His senior year, Jake was hurt during the North Carolina game, which he was replaced by Ryan Haliski and was out the rest of his senior season for the Gamecocks. Even though Jake had more yards his junior year with 3,171 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 14 picks, it seemed that the Gamecocks took a step back from his breakout sophomore year, even though he had better numbers his junior year. Jake ended up with 10,885 yards, 78 touchdowns, and 46 picks for his career. Most of those passes and yards came when Bentley was a part of the Gamecocks his 4 years. Both great arguments by the narrator, which is myself. So let's talk about a few things about Stephan Garcia. Let's compare help. Let's compare who they had around them as far as skill players. Stephan had a lot of weapons, including Alshon Jeffries, Marcus Lattimore, Torrey Gurley, A. Sanders, Patrick DeMarco, with a defense that was out of this world with Stephon Gilmore, Melvin Ingram, DJ Swearinger, and Devontae Hallman. The Gamecocks actually should have won more games that year, but a trip to the first ever SEC championship game was the icing on the cake. Also, Stephan went 2-1 as a starter against them Clemson Tigers. Great group of guys. But Jake Bentley was no slouch. He also had a few guys as well that got it done during their time with the Gamecocks, where Jake Bentley had Debo Samuels, Brian Edwards, a young Shi Smith with a defense that included DJ Wanamaker, Javon Kinlaw, and Parker White kicking the field goals. Rico Dowell and A.J. Turner manned the running back room. The team did what it needed to do, but should have at least been in Atlanta for the SEC championship game. Jake also went 0-3 against the Tigers. So who is the winner? Well, that's where you come in the side. Right now, there will be a poll in the community tab for a week. And also follow me on Twitter. I'm Lucky Murray. I will have a poll there as well, and I'll announce the winner. So this is where I need you to come in and talk to me. Let me know what you guys think about who was the winner of this particular battle. Do you side with Stephan Garcia or do you side with Jake Bentley? Both had similar numbers as Gamecock. And let me know what you think in the comment section. If the poll is over, you have a voice as well. Also, check out the Patreon. You can support this channel as low as $5 if you want these series a week early. But once again, it's the entertainer, motivator, educator, and please don't forget all three. Lucky Murray back with another series, Gamecock battle. Today, we're talking about Jake Bentley versus Stephan Garcia. Who's the winner? You decide. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. But like always, until next time, people.